afternoon, good morning. How are you, Christine? Here for episode 19 of By the Rumor. How are you today?
Good. How are you?
I am fantastic. Trying to deal with some triple-digit heat here in my part of the world.
Oh wow.
What's the high around
So
Cali
right
these days?
now it is okay. It's like 80s, but the high has been like 110.
110,
Yeah.
110? Y'all got triple digits out there?
Yes.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. I guess I don't realize how hot. We have not had 110, but we have had some triple digits so far, and it is dumb. I don't like it.
It's dumb. I would imagine it's always triple digits, but I think we talked about it before that it doesn't get too hot like that there.
Oh, here?
Yeah.
No, it gets hot.
Oh, it
Our
does.
summer
Okay.
is like 8 months. Our summer is yeah.
Well,
Summer
what's the
never
high?
ends.
What's the high?
I mean, anywhere 103 was sometime this week. Of course, I've seen 110, but that's not usual. But it stays. We'll have. I mean, we've had like 100 straight days of 100 plus before. This summer isn't going to be like that. But
103 is nothing.
okay, 103 is nothing. You guys have very little going for you in California, but
Very
weather
little.
is one. But weather is one of them. So weather you've got going for you, and that's going well. Well, what's up, everybody? You don't have to tell us what's going on with weather where you live, but you can. You can check out the link both from my feed as well as Christine's feed, and you can chat with us while we are talking about these topics here to the left, to Christine, right over Christine's shoulder. We'll talk about all those topics, and then afterwards we'll kind of break into a little more deep dives on some things that are on Christine and my mind. If you are new to us, we usually will talk about things that are technology focused, crypto focused, trading, stock focused, and pop culture focused. And we're going to hit on a little bit of all of those today. We'll kind of put a little bow on it and see how they all kind of mix up and match together. So with that, let me get started on this. There's a familiar name that we're going to start with this first one, Christine. Sydney Sweeney. Have you heard of her?
Why do I know that name? Oh, wait,
Because
the actress. And you brought up that she has big boobs or something like that.
she does have big boobs. That is confirmed. And I couldn't think of what she was in on HBO, and I still can't think of it. But anyway, she does have big boobs. She did sell soap, bathwater infused
That's
soap.
right.
Yes. Well, have you heard of the backlash? And this is Culture Trader 101, what I'm about to say here. Have you heard about the backlash from her?
No, let's hear it.
Okay. So American Eagle. Okay. You familiar with American Eagle? Do you still shop at American Eagle?
No, I thought that was like closed.
No. They went woke and you didn't know that they existed still, but they're back. Okay. And they have signed Sydney Sweeney in all of her glory, and they released a jeans campaign, and it shows Sydney Sweeney. She's wearing a denim jacket, nothing underneath, showing off what God gave her. But then it says, and I really do think it's what God gave her. Anyway.
Yeah, right.
Anyway, and then it says, Sydney Sweeney has good genes. Okay.
Oh.
See. Okay. Now, why are we offended, Christine? Tell me why we're mad.
Why would I be mad about that?
Well, we're mad. We're canceling.
It's a playoff words, right?
Okay. Because what? She has
She has
blue
good genes. Like you could talk about good blue genes, or are we talking about the genes that God blessed her with? Like they're playing off words, and we're mad about that. That's the backlash.
And see, Christine, what you're not seeing here is we're talking about white genes. That's what you don't understand. We need to cancel her. It's white supremacy in the ad, and you didn't even realize it. No, this is ridiculous.
My bad.
Yeah, this is ridiculous. They are the left came and attacked American Eagle because they came out that says Sydney Sweeney has good genes. Okay, fun little play on word. I think it was just because, yeah, she is built well. She is curvy. She is all that. She has good genes, right? Because God gave her those curves, Christine. And that's the play on words.
that's what I would think of, but like I feel like the cancel culture will find something, right? So they're like, "Oh, why? Because she's white." Like no one, they probably did not even think that at all. They were probably like, "Oh, let's do a play on words because of what you're saying, like what we are saying." But then someone
100%.
had to pull the race card, I guess.
Correct, correct. So you should know. Maybe this is where, as we talk about all this, how it deals with the market, that American Eagle stock soared after this campaign. Okay, the cancel did not work. Matter of fact, it worked pretty the opposite.
Oh,
Yes, they soared pretty good. So the advertising campaign worked. Sydney Sweeney, now we know, can sell soap and jeans
jeans.
and any number of other things. I don't think they like wash these in her bathwater though, which
It
would
should come with like a little bottle attached.
that would help. That would help. That would help. Also, you're a fashion girl.
Okay.
Are women's jeans getting a little baggier? Not quite so tight because in the ads for them, I've watched the video of her in them several times, um, and
Why
her
do
jeans
you
are.
have to watch it several times?
It was market research.
Oh.
Anyway, her jeans are a little baggier than.
Yeah, that's the trend now. Like I'm not sure if you have noticed besides that ad is when you realize like women are now wearing baggier jeans. They're either like mom jeans, like
Yeah,
boyfriend jeans or just super baggy like 90s style jeans.
it's 100% what I thought of when I saw is okay, kind of a 90s throwback, which, hey, I'm cool. Whatever. Doesn't.
Yeah,
The skin tight jeans are probably uncomfortable at times. This is women. This is your chance to relax and be a little more comfortable in your jeans
correct.
because you've got good genes. All right. Next up, economy optimism. Okay. U.S. citizens are growing hopeful about the economy. It says the Trump administration's successful trade agreements have led to a rise in consumer confidence, indicating a more optimistic outlook for U.S. economy's health and future. Do
Hmm.
you feel this either personally or also I love to hear whenever you're at the studio, at the tattoo studio, you probably hear a lot of opinions or just, I don't know, throwaway comments of what people think of the current economy. So do you personally feel like we're getting better or do you feel like Joe Blow feels like it's getting better?
I don't know. I guess I don't feel that it's getting better. I don't see that like, on a personal note of like going to the
Sure.
store or even our gas prices. I heard that all the other states have seen the gas prices shoot way lower. We
Yes.
haven't seen that here because California. Groceries are still sky high. Eggs are still pretty insane. Bills are insane. Interest rates are still high. Like, I keep hearing that the economy has gotten better. We're making moves. Tariffs have like taken care of a lot of, paying down our debt. But on a personal level, I have not seen or felt that.
That's interesting. So, we live under different governors, you and I do,
Correct.
and maybe a little bit of different way of doing things in each state. And I can say out here, okay, I'm not like thinking like, okay, we've erased the Biden administration type of missteps. It's not
Hmm.
quite to that level, but I do feel a leveling out. Let me just say that. I feel like in the last 12 to 24 months of the Biden administration, it was like, goodness gracious, can the prices get any higher? Right? Because they were going higher. And I feel like, if nothing else, I do feel some semblance of just a leveling out, or it may just be my own. Maybe I've just gotten used to the ridiculously high prices. But
But I
for
want to
you
know.
don't feel that.
No, I want to know what you have seen or personally like encountered that you feel like it's leveling out.
For me, it's just prices, whether it be at the grocery store, at restaurants, you know, bills that I may incur. For the most part, there was a time when I felt like every 6 months, if I would have looked 6 months previous to that, it would have been, worse than it was the 6 months previous to that. Now I feel like if I were to do that same example, it might be about the same. I didn't say better, but about the same. And again, a lot of this is just my own personal, like, I don't have any hard data. It's just the way kind of I
You just have
interpret it.
Stockholm syndrome.
Right, right. No, now, now I'm just accepting it. I'm
I don't
accepting
know.
my
Like
fate.
I'm hopeful that things we all will feel like the impact of like a better economy. I just don't think it's like been long enough, or I'm just in the wrong state. So maybe you're
Well,
actually seeing it, and
that may be
I'll
the
never see
case.
it.
Yes, that may be the case. You may be. I swear, you guys are a different country. Sometimes you are
Yeah, well,
there's.
our governor's acting like it because I think he even wants to do like our own tariff, like our own trade route.
Y'all should, look, Texas talks about seceding all the time. Okay, there are shirts people have printed that says secede and things like that. We would like to, secede. Um, I don't know that that'll ever happen, but we could. Just know that. Just know that we could. And
You
then
guys could.
I don't think y'all could. I don't think y'all could.
No, I think if that was the case, there was talks about that, like I think 2016. But I was like, there's no way if we seceded, someone would take us over. Like there'd be a quick hostile takeover, and
100%. I don't see, maybe I'm wrong about this. California people, tell me if I'm wrong here. I don't feel like y'all could put up a good army. I don't
no,
know.
I don't think
No,
so either.
no. I feel like Texas could put up a good army and probably is already armed for the fight.
Right.
Don't need a military issue weapon. Everybody's like, I brought
And
my
we've
own. I'm
seen
fine.
that in past situations.
You're right, 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 right. So, anyway, very, very interesting. All right, on to the next one Coinbase. Coinbase is rising. It says Coinbase global business, specifically the USDC stablecoin, continues to enjoy strong momentum, increasing its market share and contributing to the company's overall growth. So, Christine, obviously, crypto is going bonkers here this last little bit.
Right.
Whenever we talk the two next topics, BTC slump. That's a ridiculous title, but I'll tell you why I put it on there. Anyway, crypto continues to grow, and as crypto grows, Coinbase is going to do better and better and better. So you've bought Coinbase stock, you've bought Coinbase options. Is Coinbase still a good buy for people that are wanting a stock that's associated with the crypto market? Is Coinbase still the play for that type of for that type of scenario?
That's an interesting question because I know that we've talked about this before years ago, and I said and believed that Coinbase was going to be the go-to, especially like
Yeah,
as mainstream like takes on crypto, who will they turn to? And I always thought it would be Coinbase or like Robinhood. Like they do a
yeah,
great job on being like the platform that's like a household name. I think we could go up to a random person that we've never talked to on the street and be like, hey, if you were going to buy crypto, do you know of any exchanges? You know that they would say, I don't know, Robinhood. I don't know, Coinbase. And I think they still hold that role. Um,
You mean there in LA where there's a giant building called the Crypto.com Arena? They wouldn't come up with Crypto.com?
I know they wouldn't. That's the weird thing. I think
Wow.
crypto.com arena, there's like some misstep that happened there and like they
Yeah.
didn't like announce it big enough. They didn't make a huge grand gesture that they should have. And I think people are just like confused like they still call it Staples Center.
Yeah. They're just not changing. No, I completely agree. I feel like Coinbase has got the not market share, the mind share. Like people just associate Coinbase with, their exchange, and even more. Even though this is completely nutty, people are comfortable leaving their funds with Coinbase and not putting it into their own personal wallet. To them, it's just like owning a stock. Whenever they buy Bitcoin, and obviously when I buy a stock, I don't get to take home the little paper stock, right? It's just all electronic. And I think that's the way people do it with Coinbase. So yeah, I do see them as aligned, especially with this administration, to probably do well as crypto continues to do well. All right, next up, Trump's crypto. President Trump, if you heard of him, he's opened a
Who's
new
that?
golf course. Yeah, who's that? He's opened a new golf course in Scotland alongside venturing into the cryptocurrency business. This diversification showcases the increasing acceptance of digital currencies in mainstream business. And this is on NPR. right? Isn't that
Right.
kind of interesting? Because NPR is kind of a lib publication. But it says President Trump wrapped his 5-day foreign trip to Scotland, included discussions and trade deals with the European Union, had a ribbon cutting ceremony, and then it says, along with the launch of a Trump meme coin in early 2025 and Trump Mobile later in the year, his portfolio's value won't be known for some time. They'll be adding to an already significant income. Last year, Trump reported an income of $630 million last year. He is doing all right. Anyway, and that was, yeah. Anyway, the way that he has embraced crypto and even having his own meme coin, which I've told you before, I don't think he understands. 100%. I don't think he understands. He still, whenever he's opening businesses, is looking to get them crypto friendly. Isn't that a good sign? That if nothing else, even if he doesn't completely understand it, he understands the need for businesses to be crypto friendly and to accept crypto and have it as part of their business dealings. Isn't that a good thing?
Yeah. I think that, and I think the more they bring this up and the more they like introduce it into everything that they're creating, it's just pushing it to the forefront, and we're all going to be rich soon. I'm just kidding.
Well, I don't know that we're all going to be rich. If you have
Just
some,
kidding.
if you've got some already, you're doing pretty good probably. But I do think it will. You've never been paid in crypto for a tattoo, right?
I have.
Oh, you have. Okay.
Yeah.
Doge, was that what it was?
Yeah, it was Doge. You remember? Yeah.
Yeah, I do remember that. I think that is going to become more commonplace. I think eventually, when I ask you, because that's always a question, if you've ever taken crypto for a tattoo, and I think eventually you'll be like, yeah, I do. I did last week. I'll do it today. I'll do it tomorrow. I think it's going to become very, very common at some point where it won't even be a news story between us. You'll just be like, yeah, I mean, you'll have to put out a sign that says we also take US dollars because crypto will be very common. I honestly do think that will become more and more common, and you're seeing it in the form of stable coins already. All right, the next one came up. The next one came up, and I included it because my little AI searches for relevant topics. And this one came up, and I thought it was a dumb headline. So I put it on here.
We love dumb.
We do love dumb. We do love dumb. It says Bitcoin slides below 117,500 amid warnings of future Bitcoin price drops next. Now, I don't think it's dumb necessarily because maybe it does go down. I'm not saying it doesn't or does go up or down from here. What I'm saying is isn't it amazing how we sat there stuck in the upper, 70,000s for so long? And then it went to 80 and 90 and 100 and 110. And now we're at 117 and we're like, oh, look at the slide. Look at how the Bitcoin is slumping, right? That is absurd whenever clearly we're in a bull market, and within bull markets, there are pullbacks. These things happen. It's normal. So Christine, why are we so dumb goldfish brains that always whenever something just slides just a little bit, we think it's over?
It's crazy because we had a few friends like talking about that, and they're like, oh, like it's bleeding now. And I'm like, bleeding? What the like, why would you choose that word? I'm like, we're doing amazing. Like, this is up and down, it's not as volatile as it used to be.
Completely
like, I think
agree.
that, right? I'm like, dude, we're doing amazing. If anything, what I do get upset about is I look at like ETH and I'm like, where are you at? Because all of these, like all crypto has like run, and I'm like, and ETH is just chilling, and I guess it's taking its time, and that's fine. But I'm like, how about you? But bleeding is not the word that I would say. And I don't know if it's goldfish brain or because do you feel like it's newer people that say that, or do you
Yes.
yeah,
It's not just newer people, maybe, but people that don't trade, people that don't know kind of how markets go. I mean, your friends, I wonder if they would say it's bleeding if they saw a red candle on a day, right? A day ended up in a red candle. That may be bleeding to them, or even a week. It happens. It can't be up only. It can't be.
Oh my God. Bitcoin's 115. It's dumping to zero. Like,
And
what do you mean? We waited so long for it to go over 100,000, and now it's over 100,000, and it dips like 5,000. You're like, oh my God, it's going to zero. Oh my
hey,
goodness.
look, I mean, you and I've talked about this so many times. When a dip happens, people should be like, "Oh, buying opportunity," but instead they start thinking like, "Oh no, it's going to go down to the to the bottom, and it's going to zero, and we're never going to be able to do this again." So, anyway,
Silly.
yes, yes, goldfish brain for sure. All right, last topic on here: the autonomous ride sharing. Have you ever heard of Waymo? Waymo?
Yes, I've actually seen it in person. Have you?
I have. I have. Have you ever driven in one?
No.
I have not either. I've not either.
I'm
But
kind of scared too. I would, but
oh,
it
I'm all
doesn't look
about it.
nice either.
No, but it doesn't need to look. They have those little like bubbles on top of the cars. But anyway, Uber, their stock slipped as Alphabet backed Waymo. I didn't know Alphabet was behind Waymo, by the way.
Oh.
Announces expansion into Dallas. Okay. This development reignites the debate around autonomous vehicles and their impact on the ride hailing market. So that's one of the questions I was going to ask you is would you or wouldn't you ride in one? Why are you scared to drive in one? What makes you scared to drive in a Waymo?
I don't know. Not necessarily, like, I guess a little bit scared just because it's not driven by someone that can, just a human. And then we're in the back, right? So if something, computers can mess up. And I feel like, how about if you manually need to take it over? I would like the option to be able to, you know, I don't know, like how about if it just glitches, like it's electronic and then it like this Waymo car just starts freaking out, and I would like the option to be able to take over, and I don't think that you can from the back seat. Second, I've seen traumatizing videos of people in the Waymo cars and then like they drive down like a road and a bunch of like gangs or whatever, just
Whoa.
irate people start beating on the car and people are just stuck inside.
LA problems. Is what I'm hearing right there.
You're like, what the hell are you talking about? No, yeah. And it wouldn't leave because it doesn't want to run anyone over, obviously. But in a situation like that, the people were crying in the back and calling 911, and it's just they're bashing the car. They were trying to open the door. So in a situation like that, if a human was driving, you could navigate your way to take off. And that one wouldn't because it's like, oh, there's people around. I have to stay here until they get in and kill the people inside.
Right, right. That's crazy. Yeah, I've never considered that, but I guess yeah, I guess that's just the way it is sometimes. I would get in one, at least around these parts. That story sounds kind of scary. Because yeah, a lot of people are like, you know what I'd do? I'd hit the gas and whatever happens, happens. But you can't do that, obviously, in this Waymo. I have driven my Tesla, okay, and occasionally you'll get like a free month of the autonomous driving. I don't pay for it myself; it's pretty expensive to have that forever. But occasionally you'll get like a free month for it. And so I have in my car done the autonomous driving thing, and I'm telling you, Christine, it is pretty cool. You'll put into there, take me to Target, and it will absolutely drive you to Target.
Wait,
No
it could do
hands.
that now? Like, I thought the laws were not allowing to completely do autonomous on Teslas.
So I don't know what autonomous means there. I can tell you I could always take over, right? If I started like scrolling on my phone, then
Mhm.
it would say like, "Hey, eyes on the road." It'd go like beep 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 beep, and a little thing that come up that says you need to keep your eyes on the road. But as long as my hands are somewhere near the wheel and my eyes are somewhere on the road, it absolutely will take me all the way up to from parking lot to parking lot without any intervention, letting people merge in traffic, stopping at stoplights appropriately, everything it would do. And obviously, I was ready to take over if I needed to. And let me tell you, I will give you a little bit of insight into what I didn't like about it. It obeys the traffic laws too much. Okay. Like somebody's like right behind you and you're going 30 on a 30-mile-an-hour road. Well, normally people go 45 miles an hour
Right.
on the road, right? And people are like, speed up. Okay, you're everybody's behind you, and I feel like I need to take over so I can like
Exactly.
drive like a human, right?
Yeah.
So it's so good at obeying the law that it actually makes it not a normal driver, and that's a problem. I feel like it has to learn to be more human. I'll give you another reason. Whenever I'm in the lane and I'm in the highway, and normally if there's an 18 wheeler next to me, you probably do the same thing. You kind of scoot to the other end of your lane. You don't leave your lane, but you let that 18 wheeler have just a little bit of extra foot over there, right? Well, Tesla does not do that. It's like, no, no, no. We have 10 feet and we are going to take an equidistant amount on each side of you right there. So it doesn't, again, it drives everything exactly like you would expect a computer to drive, not how a human would drive. And that can be problematic in my mind. But I would still get in Waymo.
Yeah,
I would
you're
still
like,
try and
with all the shit I just talked, can't wait to get into Waymo. See,
do
that's
it.
what I mean is like, I don't know if it will change and evolve, but like, okay, so it follows the everything to a T. And I get it
Mhm.
because it should, but that gets annoying when it's like what you said, like everyone's kind of like, going, we should go at the rate of traffic and it's going 35 and everyone's like, beep.
Everybody, I hate this person. Right, exactly. And I want to be like, it's not me, it's Tesla. Anyway,
Alexander
um,
said we're turning into TV show Upload.
Upload. What's Upload? Have you ever heard of it?
Yeah. It's like a TV show about AI and everything just automated. Like we don't have to do shit. That's what we
We may
live in
not
now.
even be real. When am I going to create something
Oh
where
my gosh, you
just you and
freaked
I
me.
just
You
yeah
freaked
just
me out right now because remember that podcast that we talked about before and they ended up realizing they weren't real.
oh yes yes
Oh,
yes.
and you sound like that guy, so you just gave me like,
Maybe you're not real right now. How do I know
ew, I
that
don't
you
know.
are real? Yes, you may be an AI avatar, Christine, and
I
I
know.
don't even know it.
Well, Elon did say like there is a possibility that this is all a simulation and we're just
Exactly. You may not even be the real you. No one
ah.
would know. Alexander does say Waymo is so heavy. I'm in San Francisco. I'm in San Francisco. So interesting, interesting. All right. Well, with that, it's time to go to Christine's corner. Christine's going to drop some
Christine
knowledge on us
Corner.
right now. Buzz is hot.
Christine's Corner, where the buzz is hot. Crypto trends or the latest pop plot. From gadgets that glow to stars in the sky. If it's on her mind, you know it's gonna fly. So plug
All
into
right. You usually tell me what you're going to talk about, and I had never heard of what you're going to talk about. I had to look a little bit into it. That's its ticker, CPOP. But you know a company that's announcing some plans to enter into the cryptocurrency market. Drop some knowledge on me, Christine, because
Okay.
I don't know much about this.
So I'm glad that you put the ticker symbol on here. Very impressed. CPOP, guys, is a ticker symbol for the company that we're going to talk about. But I found it interesting that there's a company called Pop Culture Group. It's, I guess, a huge content creator company in China. And we all know that they can do it big because look at TikTok,
Mm-hmm.
right? So they had just announced that crypto entry is planned for July 2025, and we're in July. So I felt this was what we should be speaking on, especially with that ticker. They have strategic goals behind the company highlighting crypto and having an efficient payment ecosystem, lowering transaction fees for global ticketing and merchandise. It's going to deeply integrate crypto into the operations, offline events, digital collectibles, and fan economy. Fan economy is so huge in China too. Like they do this like nobody else. It's crazy. I really
So
didn't think we'll even get into TikTok. Like I wasn't impressed by it. You were more impressed by it before I was, and you were like, "I'm always on TikTok," and then
I am
here we are.
still,
Now I
still,
am
but
too.
you are on. I was about to say, I've seen you.
I am too. And I
Yeah.
only I think I was late to it, but you were always talking about videos on TikTok, and I'm like, geez, like it must be alluring not just to children and teens. Like he's finding like a bunch of stuff on there. So, and now I
If
love
this
it.
old guy can like it, then anybody can like it. Uh,
Oh
no,
my
TikTok. So, okay, China can come up with some decent stuff here. What makes this different? Because I'm going to read you this sentence, and tell
Okay.
me if this sentence doesn't come from early when you and I did spaces together.
Okay.
Because it seemed like every company had this statement right here. Blank, which in this case it's CPOP, operates in various segments, including live performances, artist management, IP rights, film production, and entertainment marketing, with a focus on Chinese pop culture across both online and offline platforms. I feel like in like 2021, every company said that we deal with live performances, we deal with artist management, we deal with IP rights, and we're going to get in the NFT Web3 space and we're
Right,
going to
right.
dominate it. Why is C-pop different, and why are they doing it? Why are they saying this in 2025 and not 2021?
I don't know. I think because no one successfully, we didn't see someone
Yeah.
successfully do it. And maybe they're like, hey, people tried it. No one was able to execute it correctly. We believe, like, as this big China content creator company, that we're able to do so. And the why is they're saying it's to improve the payment efficiency, like all around, integrate crypto across business scenarios, online and
There we go.
offline, and support broader digital transformation using the blockchain. And they feel like no one's really adapted to that plan. Like everyone had that vision, you're right, but no one executed it flawlessly. And maybe they're just thinking that they can. And I guess we have yet to see, but I know that their stock price has soared ever since the announcement. I think it was like July 18th or something when they said it. But China has strict like crypto bans, so I'm like wondering how they're gonna get around that.
Oh,
Maybe
they ban it, they unban it.
I know.
They just make it up as they go. So I've found this site. Maybe you ever been to a site called StockTitan.net?
It sounds familiar.
I don't know if I have or not, but I looked up CPOP on it, and it's got their summary, which says everything that you've just said. Then it's got positive and negative points. Let me give you the
Okay.
negative
Let me
points.
hear
'Cause
the
Because
negative.
I'm a negative Nelly, okay?
Yeah.
It says no specific timeline or implementation details provided for
Mm-hmm.
their crypto initiatives. Significant regulatory risks in the Chinese cryptocurrency market, which you just said, okay?
Yep.
Potential volatility and uncertainty in the cryptocurrency sector. Okay, and no mention of investment amount or financial impact of the initiative. Here's why I think you might be right that they could do different than the people in 2021.
Okay.
I've already said earlier in this show that I think people paying you to do the tattoo in cryptocurrency may start happening more and more and more. Okay, I just said I think more transactions will start happening with crypto. When that happens, that means everybody will have a crypto wallet, right? Probably housed by Coinbase, as I bring it all completely circle around, okay? They'll probably have a crypto wallet. Whenever people start paying for their concerts and events with crypto, and now the cryptocurrency, or excuse me, now the event planner has your wallet, well, now they can do NFTs like we've always talked about. Now they can do all kinds of things that are blockchain oriented because now they have your crypto address because you paid with crypto. Maybe the ecosystem in 2021 just wasn't ready. And now that we're starting to see actual payments occur in crypto, which Donald Trump's trying it, you've done it, different people are trying to have crypto embedded into how they take money. Maybe now that that's becoming more commonplace, now maybe it's time for Web3 to move in because individuals will actually have a Web3 address that they can interact with. I don't know. Am I off base here?
No, I think that that's exactly how it would play out. And then on top of it, like we've also spoken on this before, that whether you use crypto yet or not, or have done any crypto transactions or not, we've all kind of been groomed to be able to do so right when it starts happening. Like all this Venmo, QR,
Yes.
all this like wire transfer stuff, or just digitally transferring money over. Look at Venmo and PayPal and everything. It says that Cash App, like they all talk about crypto. Like, hey, you could also use crypto here. You could buy Bitcoin and Ethereum on Venmo and transfer it to someone. Like, it could. I know a lot of people saying I've never messed with that stuff. It's a scam. I don't want to touch it. But I'm like, okay, but you have not even realized that they've groomed you to know how when it's time. Like Zelle, Venmo, PayPal, Cash App, whatever. You know how to do it. When it's time, you will know. So.
But people won't even know that they're doing it, I think.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
let me say this. I've said before that tickets to concerts could be an NFT real easily because right now there's like a fraud that happens with tickets to events and things like that. With blockchain, you could get around that. Right now, when you pay with PayPal or Venmo or whatever, there's some sort of technology that's beyond what I understand that makes that all work. But no one thinks about it because in the end, they just have their front end on their phone and it works, right?
Right.
I truly think that blockchain will be so baked into what we do that people will be using it and they won't even realize that they're using it because it'll be the gears that's making it work.
Right.
So I think that blockchain is here to stay, but people that say like, oh, I hate that, that's a scam, it's like whenever my mom would feed me soup and I said I hated onions and then I realized that there was onions in it the whole time that she like minced up and I didn't even realize I was eating it.
Yeah.
It's the same
that's how
thing.
it feels. That's how it feels.
Yeah. Where
It's
you
so
don't know.
silly. Yeah, like when people are like, I don't mess with that stuff, and you're like, okay. Yeah, because
Who's this
it's just-
voice? I want this character from. I don't mess with that stuff.
Yeah, and it's just like I'm like, you already do it. It just
Yeah.
says it's US dollars that you're transferring over to me. Like you just did it. But if it said Bitcoin or Ethereum or whatever
Right.
they want to use, they'd be like, oh no, that's a scam. Okay. But
soon, I'm telling you, it will be USDC. It will be. It will
Absolutely.
be the Coinbase dollar.
yeah,
Basically.
absolutely. And I think it's a lot closer than we think. And you know,
We've talked about this with a lot of things. Very, very slow and then very, very fast. And I think we may be getting closer to the very, very fast.
how do you think
part
El
of it.
Salvador feels like now that like it's taken like a huge like mainstream rush to crypto, even though
Like a
there's still a lot of
genius.
people. Yeah, they're
They
probably
feel
like,
like a
see,
genius.
and remember when was it 4 years ago or something where El Salvador sent Bitcoin to all their citizens
Yes.
and were like using like hey, we sent Bitcoin to your wallet, download this wallet, where here's a tutorial on how to use it. We didn't agree that they on using Bitcoin like transactionally, like we're wondering how long that takes. They're buying like I think they're buying stuff from street vendors and using Bitcoin. It was cool to see, but I don't think Bitcoin's the one to use. They should have introduced something that was like more transactionally easy or simple, but he's way ahead of the game. I wonder how he feels right now.
Yeah, how he was, and he's been proven right now, so he gets to kind of do a victory lap. I feel
I
like after
know.
doing all that. All right, with that, very good, Christine. I will keep my eye on CPOP and see how they do. I
CPOP.
believe they are traded on Nasdaq, and yeah, we should all check out how they're doing because they are trying to make this this whole blockchain thing work with all that they do. All right, let's do a few birthdays here. We have some that you would recognize. I'm going to skip over the ones that you wouldn't recognize, Christine. Let me turn this down just a tad. How about this woman? She was an American actress, reality show personality, best known for her role as Jessie Spano in Saved by the Bell and Nomi Malone in Showgirls.
Yeah, I know who that is.
Who
the girl with
is
the
this?
curly curly hair.
She does have the ramen noodle hair. Okay. She is 53 years old today, born in 1972. Elizabeth Berkley. Elizabeth Berkley. She was
53.
Jessie. You ever watch Saved by the Bell?
Yeah, I loved it.
You love it when Jessie Spano did the I'm so excited because
Oh
she
my
was
gosh.
addicted to caffeine pills.
Yeah, that'll forever be embedded in my memory. But my favorite character was always Kelly.
Have you seen her recently?
No.
She looking good. I mean, for her age, she honestly, she
I'm
looks
gonna
like
look.
10
I'm gonna look.
Yeah, she just did this weird and maybe it's older, I don't know, but this video on how to make like some drink she was making. She's making all these little quirky faces, like content creators do. And she looks pretty good. I mean, she must be over
Yeah.
50. Yes. I liked me some Kelly Kapowski back
Yeah,
in
I
the
was
day.
like, I love Kelly Kapowski. Like,
Yes.
I loved that character that she had.
Yes, loved Kelly, and yeah, she's Tiffany Amber Thiessen is doing well.
She's
And
51?
by the way,
Wow.
51. And now that we've talked about her enough, happy birthday, Elizabeth Berkley. You know,
Oh, yeah.
Elizabeth,
Anyways,
Jessie was always like the other girl, right? Anyway,
she was annoying, honestly.
well, it really would be tough to go to work every day and sit next to Tiffany Amber Thiessen, who's just a knockout. I mean,
She is such a knockout.
Elizabeth Berkley's good looking too. But all right,
Meh.
born in 1990, age 35. This gentleman was born. His name is DeAndre Cortez Way. That's not what you know him as. He's an American rapper, record producer, actor, and entrepreneur. In 2007, he had a debut single that peaked at #1 on the U.S. Billboard Hot 100. Any clue who I'm talking about? If I said the name of the song, you would get it immediately, so I didn't say that.
Dang it. I was like, say the song.
Well, it actually says his name in the name of the song. So,
Okay, what?
Crank That.
Oh, Soulja Boy.
Soulja Boy. Yeah, Soulja Boy is
wow.
35 today. Soulja Boy
Happy
is
birthday,
35.
Soldier Boy.
He's went from Soulja Boy to Soulja Man. All right, last one here that I'll say. This gentleman was born in 1985. He is 40 today. He's a man. He's 40. I almost said his name. He's a professional American football running back who was named the NFL Most Valuable Player in 2012 and considered one of the greatest running backs in NFL history. I wonder if he's been on a fantasy team of yours before. Adrian Peterson, born in 1985 and is 40. He played for the Vikings for most of his career.
I don't think I've ever had him for my.
Okay, well, yeah, he's retired now, or he should be, if not. But he's 40. There's been
Okay.
Tom Brady did it. Why can't you do it, Adrian
know.
Peterson?
Lazy.
Lazy, right? Exactly. All right. With that, let's move on to a few voice lessons. Right now.
Voice lessons, you'll hear it loud and clear. Tech and crypto wisdom, the truth is here. Big thoughts, bold moves, cutting through the haze. When the voice speaks up, you'll be amazed. So listen up.
All right. Are you taking selfies? What are you doing?
I'm posting for a TikTok.
Oh, that's good. Oh, see, I said TikTok, and you're like, "Ooh, good idea."
Yeah, that's what it was like.
And then you
You're like, what the freak is happening?
well, I see you doing the peace sign, and I know what you're doing. I'm like, I know exactly what you're doing. All right, just a second. I have to find my notes for this. Grok. Where is Grok? There it is. All right, just a second. All right, here we go. So, Christine, you actually sent me something the other day on Instagram, which I never go to.
Oh my God. I don't even remember because I send you things and you never respond.
And I never respond. I know. Well, and this was no different. Well, you sent me something the other day about how YouTube had basically decided to demonetize anybody that had AI voiceovers or AI generated content. Does this ring any bells?
No.
No.
I already forgot.
Well, you sent it to me, and I did find it interesting. I didn't
Okay.
respond to you on the message.
Of course
I just
not.
read it.
Why would you?
I literally flipped off the DM and closed out the app. No, I'm kidding. Stuck a middle finger to the DM and closed out the app. I did not answer you. But I did read what you sent to me, and it basically said that YouTube is recently taking steps regarding AI-generated content. As of July 15th, so you did this about 10 days ago, it updated its monetization policies to tackle what it calls inauthentic content. This includes videos that heavily rely on AI, such as AI-generated voiceovers, especially if they lack significant human input or originality. The policy targets mass-produced or repetitive content. So, here's my question to you, because I believe, this is my personal belief, that we will see full feature-length movies that will be very good that will be completely generated by AI. Okay. This is the
course.
future. Complete movies, it'll be cheaper. So, of course, they'll do it. Follow the money. Of course, they will do it. I believe that we'll see full movies completely generated by AI. I think we'll see commercials, which we've already seen almost for novelty right now, completely generated by AI. So, why, I ask, is YouTube and some other social media companies so freaked out about AI content whenever that is the way that content is going to be made in the future?
I don't know. I think maybe because they're just they're feeling like they're losing control and everything, like, and roles that we can, or jobs we have or can have, it's all going to be just taken by AI. And the more we give or allow, we're just going to be on the side, right?
Yeah,
Don't you
think I can fight for both sides of this easily. I could do a fight club fight with myself pretty easily here.
think?
Because I do think that content is going to start being made with AI. However, YouTube, who's paying people to make content, right? They've got their creator fund. You make good enough content on YouTube, you can get paid by YouTube, right? Same with TikTok. All of this. Before they start handing out checks, they would like a little effort to be done with it. And you get somebody that's good at programming, and they may be able to just crap out, just crap, right? They'll just put out content after content that's just made by AI that maybe even the original person that coded it isn't even aware of what's being made, of what's going out there. And whenever that happens, I think everybody probably loses enough to where they say, this is a problem. We need to fix our ecosystem by keeping it out. So I completely get why they would do that, why YouTube did that. However, I do think maybe it's a little short-sighted, or maybe there needs to be two different sections on YouTube of AI generated and non-AI generated, or let the user choose what ends up on their feed. Because I am telling you, more and more content is going to be AI generated, and it's going to be better than regular content. No one believes this right now. I'm not picking on her, but the other day I saw Ashley Decan say something like AI will never be able to completely do what humans do. And
You're like,
she's I think she's wrong. Yeah. I mean,
absolutely.
I like what Ashley does. I think that the human content that she makes is good. And I do think that if you're quirky enough, maybe AI has a little trouble recreating your quirks.
But
I'm
it's
also
only
telling you,
time. It's only time till it will
yes.
be quirky. And I think we brought this up on a past episode that they were doing some social experiment and they created a couple, and it's AI created people, and they were vlogging their life, and they wanted to
Yes.
see if they did well. People, like viewers, not understanding or knowing that they were fake and their lives were fake, the drama was fake, like all the stuff. And they said that they gained so many followers and people are so invested in their lives and this and that, just for the company to be like, hey, this is AI generated, kind of was just doing a social experiment. And these people looked real, their lives looked real, everything. And there was drama, and AI was able to do it where people didn't even question it. So there's no
That's
way. There's no way.
absolutely. And there are AI influencers already where people are, hawking clothes and saying, hey, you should buy this. Look how good I look in this bikini top. Hey, you're not even real, but you're wearing a real bikini top that you can purchase, right?
Correct. Yeah.
So it's happening. I'm sorry, content creators. This is the future. Now,
Yeah.
will there be human content creators? Of course there will. Of course there will. And maybe they'll start getting a better following because people will want the pendulum reversed and swung the other way, where they're like, I want real. But will they even be able to tell in is reality what people even want? Okay, we have a whole generation of kids that want to play video games all day. They're not looking for reality. We usually go with the lowest amount of resistance to whatever we can do. And it's the lowest amount of resistance is to use AI to make the content. So
Correct.
it's going to happen. I mean,
Whether we like it or not. And it's like we need to evolve with it and navigate with it as peaceful transition as possible, to where we're not like so negative and we're losing our jobs or our careers or hobbies or as content creators. Like, how can we move with AI? And we did something similar with Spaces. Like, Voice created a AI
Yep.
co-host. And that is something with like, hey, work with AI versus like, oh, doom and gloom. Like, they're taking all of our stuff. Please, you guys don't
Yep.
listen to AI. It's going to happen. Like, you guys are going to we're all being groomed to work with AI. So whether we like it or not, it's going to come. And stuff like that, like how Voice and I had an AI co host, I think is ways that we can move forward and just work with AI versus like
You
be
know,
its enemy.
you've said something a few shows ago that I thought was really insightful by you, and I was asking about your studio because obviously, whenever we're talking about different topics, it's easy to bring up your business. And I had said, well, you don't have to worry about it because a lot of people that generally get tattoos are seeing things for the art that they are, and they're like, no way, I don't want that AI crap. I want an actual artist putting this. And I thought you responded very smart because it would have been real easy for you to agree with me and just say, yeah, you're right. The tattoo community generally likes real art. But instead, you said something along the lines of, we don't know what the next generations or how the culture might move to what's being accepted and not accepted.
Yeah.
And so because of that, you were saying you can't just rely on the fact that the tattoo community appreciates real artists.
Right.
You were suggesting that culture changes, people's opinion about technology changes, and because of that, you were saying like you kind of have to be prepared and ready for anything that can happen in your industry. And I think that's wise, and I think that most people in industries that might be affected by AI are not answering like you. Instead, they're answering in ways of like, well, that'll never happen. People always will love the human created stuff. That probably is true on some level
On
until
some
it's
level.
not. Until it's not.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's the reality that we're facing now. And I didn't think that we would be having, face this reality in my lifetime, your lifetime.
Yeah.
I was just like, there's no way. Like, we're really in Jetsons era.
Yeah.
Like, but people probably are like, what's Jetsons? But it's like,
Right.
it was a futuristic cartoon that was so far fetched when we're younger. And then now you're like, oh my gosh, we're here. Like, a lot of like if you rewatch like clips, you're like, a lot of the stuff that they had, like, the smartwatches and like
Yeah.
this and that. And it's here and it's crazy and we're facing it. And what do we do now? And do we become those old grumpy people like, no, that'll never happen, not me, I don't care if it does happen, I'm not doing, like, no, we have to learn to work with it. And I think we did a great thing with like having an AI co-host, and then we got to learn a lot of like things with that. And you got to learn like the coding and how to work
so
with it.
much.
Yeah, I was even thinking, now that we're bringing it up, how about if we have like a third, like a AI co-host that is video. Well, now we've shifted into, there's like AI generated people, and then having like an AI co-host, and they have
I
this,
have
like,
considered that, like right in the middle, right here where our line is,
Yeah, like right
dividing us, and just I can hit a button and she just pops up and just says like, oh, that's a good point. Let me look into that. I've been coding. Okay, what have I been working on this last 2 weeks? I made another code. I made another trading bot. Okay, and it is based off of an EMA, a 50 EMA and a 200 EMA, and it's trading right now. So it's trading as we speak. So it works on a pullback.
Love it.
Anyway, yeah, it's kind of fun. If it's successful, I'll share it. It never
Yay.
is, but I like I always like create. I think part of the challenges for me is just, can I create the bot? The second part is, could the bot actually be successful? And usually that answer is no. But the challenge for me is in creating it at first. But anyway, you and I have always absolutely embraced technology. I don't know that everyone else does, and because of that, I'm afraid that some people are going to be really caught with their pants down as technology kind of moves around. You and I, pants up, okay? Everyone else, pants down, because they're not ready for what's about to happen, or they think it really can't happen. Whatever we are right now in AI, it is the first 1% of the 100% journey, okay? This thing is about to get wacky and crazy, and it's going to affect a lot of people and a lot of people's
Absolutely.
jobs. You should just be ready. That's all I'm saying, is everybody should just be ready.
Stay ready so you don't have to get ready.
Oh, I like that. I like that. Do they say that over in dance competition world? I bet you that's something they
No,
say.
it was like a Ice Cube friggin' quote.
Don't have to get ready if I stay ready.
Yeah.
Bruh. You haven't went to any dance competitions in a while. Is that
No.
off season?
So the dance competitions was for my older daughter, and she just graduated with her bachelor's. She's no longer like competing in that. She does do pageants still, like beauty pageants is her new thing now. And then, but that will soon be done as well because she's going to be entering dental school, and that's very rigorous. So I think that's going to be done. But we have been going to a lot of cheer competitions, and I know you're
Cheer
busy with all the
It's
all-star baseball.
Yeah, yeah. All Stars is over, but fall ball is about to start, and yeah, all kinds of
Fall
all
ball.
kind of- fall ball. Yeah, baseball year round, basically.
Question.
So,
Speaking of ball, are we not doing fantasy this year?
you tell me. I don't know.
I know.
Talk
what
to
the
talk to
heck?
Phil. Yeah.
Yeah, let me text that. Right.
Find out. Find out. I'm always up for it. But yeah.
I got pretty close last year.
I like giving y'all my money. No.
I know. And I got so close last year. I was second.
That was the closest you had ever came. Yeah,
Ever.
you had had a few tough seasons, but you drafted wisely and made some good moves, and you had a good team. So, yes, I'm all about that. I'm all about that life. All right, that is the end of episode 19. Can you believe, Christine, that next episode will be episode 20? I am working behind the scenes, as you know. See if we can maybe do our first interview on here. Wouldn't that be cool if we could have a third person we could interview on
That
here?
would
and
be
say,
very cool.
yeah, and say, hey, what's up? What makes you and your company tick? That sort of thing. That would be really cool to ask and find out. So,
I'd love to do that. I think that's something we definitely should look into. And you guys, if you do have a company or something that you're trying to promote, we do have, availability on our show to put
Yep.
your ticker on this bottom
Yep.
part and or the little sponsor box.
little ad.
Yeah.
Yep. Or a full-fledged interview. So yeah, down at the bottom, you can see the ticker. It's all red today. That's dumb. Who came up with that?
That's freaking dumb, bro.
It's dumb. Yeah, it's all red today. And then right to the lower right corner of the screen where it says your ad here. Yeah, anybody can have their ad there. And then also we can do a little interview. So yeah, trying to put together an interview on here, I think that would be a lot of fun. And so yeah, if you can do that. Other thing you can do, even though we're getting to the end of the show, share out the stream. Even if we're about to end the show, people can still watch it on replay as
Yes.
they should. So
All our
definitely do that.
episodes are on YouTube as well.
That's correct. That's correct. I think I need to put last week's on there. But yes, the episodes are on YouTube, and you can find them on the @ByTheRumor TV X account as well. Anything else, Christine, before I play this outro and we get out of here?
No, I think that we have covered a lot that we wanted to talk about this week, and I can't wait to see you guys next week.
All right, sounds good. Until then, everybody, make sure you keep up. Don't poo-poo what AI's got in store for you, and also always keep up with pop culture and the news because it does move the market. All right, peace.
Chasing the thrill of the digital high. Stocks and tech, get a remnant code. This is the path where the bold explode. Behind the charts, the story unfolds. Fortunes are built in the data it holds. From crypto skies to entertainment streams, pushing the edge, chasing dreams unseen. By the roar, the story unfolds. Fortunes are built in the data it holds. From crypto skies to entertainment streams, pushing the edge, chasing dreams unseen. By the rumor where the silence screams, in a world of risks and electric dreams. Become the future, take the ride. Sharp minds up on the darker side. Sharp minds up on the darker side. Charts don't lie, but
what the faces do. Watch the market sway like it's testing you. The gossip's currency, it's hard to ignore.